Hello everyone, welcome to this video on Frontier Video. My name is Jay Wakefield and today we're actually going to be unboxing something rather special to kind of help me with mental fatigue and what have you. Billy Carr is actually online with us right now.
Hello. Hello.
Hey. So before I unbox this, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't know what it is, because I think I know exactly what it is, and if I'm wrong, well, we'll all have a good laugh about it, and then we'll put it on YouTube as an outtake.
Yeah, it'll wind up being a dry, cooled package of hamburger patties.
Nice. Dry ice cooled. Nice. Okay. I suppose if I had some, if I had a solid sauce specifically formulated to work with said foodstuffs, I guess we could call it patty mayonnaise.
Hi, Patty.
Right.
Patty mayonnaise.
It's the most beautiful name in the world. According to Doug Funny. It's funny, that. Anyway. Now, before we get sued by Viacom, Billy.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to talk to you a wee bit about, I don't know if y'all can see me. I know that I'm getting dazzled by my phone's camera light, but never mind. A few years ago, some of you will remember that I once was the proud owner of a Toshiba Satellite Pro, let's try that again, Toshiba T2130CT, even though the lead said it was a T2130CS and I used to call it a T2130CS. But what this machine was one of the older grey Toshibas that had the inbuilt power supply. This machine was rather special to me. It was decked out with an Intel 486 DX275.
Wouldn't that be a DX475?
Oh, James. I've done it the
It's,
other.
it's okay. 486s are confusing. Their names.
Oh no. Because about a few months ago I was like DX466.
It's okay, Jay. I've done this stuff before.
Right, okay, moving on. It was kitted out with a DX475 processor, which is fantastic. But what made this machine even more special was that it was also kitted out with an active matrix display, which trying to find an active matrix display Toshiba laptop is, with a 486 processor in it, they're not that common, if I'm honest. And to be honest, I mean, if you were to ask YouTube user UXW Bill, he will tell you that active matrix displays, as well as being extremely expensive for the time, they were a lot less reliable than they are now. In fact, you know, it was pretty much guaranteed that you were going to get some dead pixels on them. And you could only get a refund if you actually had, if your screen was literally peppered with dead pixels. So, as a result of that, you know, and the fact that active matrix machines were extremely expensive and a lot of people opted not to go for them, they are quite rare. So, the Toshiba T2130CT then. Some of you will remember last year I bought a T2130CS, and it actually was a T2130CS that time. It had a dual scan super twisted pneumatic display, also known as passive matrix, but the machine kind of expired rather quickly, which was awful sad. Luckily, I have actually been doing a wee bit of sleuthing on eBay, and I finally came across another T2130CT. It was on eBay for I think $9.50. I put a bid in. Lo and behold, I actually won it. I was amazed. I snipered myself at the last second just to be sure, and then my phone got confused with a bid that I'd been placing earlier and was like, "Oh, sorry, you weren't the winner." And I was like, "No!" But then it was like, "Oh, you are the winner." You know, I went back and it was like, "Oh, you have won this bid. Please pay." So I did. So, what I believe this box is full of Toshiba T2130CT. So let's unbox it now. So, a couple of things that we need.
Go ahead and do your usual classic spiel about safety tips.
Of course. So, to unbox this, we're going to be using a knife. Now, knives can hurt people, you know, so you want to be extremely careful. So, we need to be safe. We need a cup of tea. Also, if you are the sort of person that thinks that the poll tax was a good idea and that everyone should be made to pay and it should be used to scare people off from voting in elections, then you probably will need to get a responsible adult to use the knife for you. I don't think the poll tax was a good idea. I've had my cup of tea, so I think I'm pretty qualified to actually use this knife to unbox this product.
There you go.
It just wouldn't be one of my unboxing videos if I didn't say all this, would it?
I know, it's a tradition.
It was actually my friend Keza who quite liked that in the first place. It actually really did make her laugh, so it's like, you know what? Why not keep it?
Yeah, why not? You know, there's a town in North Carolina not far from here called Why Not? All one word, by the way.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen it on maps.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the 19th century, when that town was being incorporated, they had a meeting to discuss what to name the town, and someone just said, "Why not? Why not?" And they went with that.
I think I want to found a new town, but I don't know what to call it. Why not? Oh,
yeah.
let's go. Okay, so now the box is open, and I'm taking great care now to make sure I don't knock my cup of tea off of the table. So, inside we find some polystyrene. I have got to be honest, the seller has taken time to make sure that this machine has been well packed. So, you know what? I applaud them. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. A wee bit embarrassing to say that actually I would say it's packed a wee bit better than my machine. Aha! Now this is rather interesting. Here I have a Logitech 3-button mouse.
You know, I've never used a 3-button mouse before.
I have. I was able to use one in Windows 98 and the third button was able to act, with the assistance of the drivers, as a scroll wheel.
Oh, that would make sense, because I know a lot of times the scroll wheel can act as a third button.
Mm-hmm. But this is a Logitech mouse, and it's the old logo as well.
Oh, wow. That logo makes me think of Computer Chronicles.
I remember seeing the old Logitech logo for the first time when I was installing the Cyberman mouse drivers, thinking, wait a minute, can they not actually draw the Logitech logo? Because it kind of looked like, you know, a kid drew it.
Yeah.
And this is a serial mouse, and we'll get to we'll get to it in a few minutes why it's a good thing that this is a serial mouse. But I mean, that was something that I was thinking about earlier today. And now the pièce de résistance.
Oh, is it in a bag?
It is.
Like a carrying case?
Yep. It came with its own
I
cover.
was about to say it wasn't gray enough to be an old Toshiba.
Pardon?
I was about to say it wasn't gray enough to be an old Toshiba.
Oh no. And of course, Toshiba didn't start making black laptops and it's like they went from, yeah, they've had a few different colours over time, but it wasn't until rather recently, I think, that they actually started making laptops that were black all over.
Yeah.
Because quite often they've been silver. If they weren't grey, they went from grey to, I don't know, but I mean, I remember in the early 2000s, the early XP days, you got the blue ones. It was quite a nice.
I forget the model number of it, but my dad has a newish Toshiba that he got for Christmas in 2012, the Ivy Bridge Core i3 in it, and it's silver.
That's yeah. Because my mum's got a white one. Right. Okay. So, this is a bag that the machine came in. There's a broken piece of metal. That's we're off to a good start, people. And here we have the machine. And this case feels very smooth. I wonder if it's been cleaned. And unlike my other one, it actually says T2130CT on the lid. Now, apparently, this machine came with a couple of discs. I'm just going to have a look inside, make sure there's not like a tiger in it or something. They put a protective sheet of paper in, protect the keyboard. Wow, this machine looks fantastic, but of course you guys can only see it from the back. I'm gonna
I can see it from the side.
Anyway, what I'm gonna do, I am gonna find a boombox plug, and then we'll take a closer look at this machine. So we're back, and I found a boombox lead. I don't know if it works, but well, you don't know if we don't try. So let's take a tour of the machine. This will be a refresher for I think everyone actually. So on the left we have a Kensington lock slot to lock the machine down, power button, and then we have the most interesting way of covering PC card slots that I have ever seen in my entire life. This is literally a three-state cover. I really don't know what Toshiba were thinking. Actually, I think I do, but we'll get to that in a wee minute. Right. I think it was 3-stage. Might just be 2. So here's the first state. So obviously you can kind of see there's just a wee hole. You can't actually put a PC card slot in. Well, it's open like this. To be able to actually install a PC card slot, might actually need to do this. This is actually a two-state one. I believe I have had Toshiba machines where it's been like, you can open it one way or you can open it the other way. So to be able to put a PC card in, you actually have to open it fully. Now, I think I know why they did this. Back in the day, your PC cards would have had some sort of a dongle attached. So this basically means that you could actually just have one of the door, you know, you could have the smaller door open, you know, just for the dongle to poke out of, and then the machine would look a lot no, this is the second state. I knew there was another state. So you've got 1, 2, actually you've got 4 states. 2, so you could have I think 2 dongles poking out, and then 3. Sorry, I'm moving the laptop around a bit. It's quite difficult to hold. And then on the front you have power and charging LEDs and 2 catches. We'll come back to those. On the right hand side we have a floppy drive. Hope it works. Now, here is where things get a wee bit interesting. Because do you remember me talking about how it was good that I'd got a serial mouse? See, now, this PS2 port, unlike this machine's contemporaries, is only designed for keyboards, not mice. Now, I remember trying a PS2 mouse in my old T2130CT, to which a machine just beeped at me. It would still continue to load up, but it beeped. And it was scary. So this is for keyboards.
That scares me too, loud, sudden beeping.
I know. So this is for PS2 only. You'd have to use the serial port. DB9 serial. You can use that for mice, modems, whatever you want.
And when we mention PS2, we do not mean PlayStation 2.
No, we mean the standard set by the IBM Personal System 2 line of computers back in 1987.
Right.
Or was it 86? I can't remember. I think it was 87. Anyway, next to that we have a VGA port. Then we
VGA port?
VGA.
Oh.
Not a ball grade array. No, there's video graphics array. Then we have a docking station port. Plug this machine into a docking station. Then we have the power supply. Now, this machine has an inbuilt power supply. So, all you really need is the standard cloverleaf connector, which was used to, you know, on many boomboxes back in the day. Then you have a parallel printer port. Okay. Now we've seen the outside of the machine, let's take a quick butcher's at the inside. Okay, I'm actually going to put this, aim this tripod down the way, because this machine has quite a nice trick that I'm going to hopefully show to you in not lopsided vision. Now, let's say you wanted to remove the battery from this machine. In order to do it, you don't remove it from the side or the bottom. What you do is you find these 2 latches for the keyboard. Unhook them, pull the palm rest forward, and then you lift it up. How cool is that? And then underneath here, it's a hard disk drive. But you do actually have to get some screws undone underneath to be able to access that, and then you have to undo these. But yeah, if you want to remove the battery, You just then kind of pull this plastic tab, and out it comes. So there you have it. That is how we get the battery out of the machine. And obviously, if you want to reinstall it, just basically do so, and then put the palm rest back down, and then just kind of push it back into place. Now, try to be as careful as I possibly can with this one, because I was so entertained by the one on the old T2130CT that I kind of broke one of the hinges. So I'll try and be a lot more careful with this one. You also find you do have a track point with a left and right mouse button. So now that we've actually had a look over the machine, let's not hold off the inevitable a moment longer. Billy, you know the drill. If I suddenly go offline, you know what's happened. The power supply will have let the magic smoke out, and that will have sent my circuit breaker going.
Yeah.
So I'm going to plug this in. It's going to take standard figure of 8 connector. There we go. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll actually plug the mouse in as well, because I do like to be able to use a mouse with this. Sorry, this is taking a lot longer than I planned. I don't know how good this mouse is, if I'm honest. I've obviously never used it. Being an old ball mouse, you can understand that'll be a wee bit nervous. So I'll just plug it into the serial port. It's the first time that I've used a laptop serial port in a while. Okay, so I'm going to plug it in now. This does have an internal power supply. If it goes, this machine is rendered useless. So, in the immortal word of UXW Bill, and my neighbours are going to love me for this because it's actually currently coming up to 3:10, but smoke test!
Well, Skype's still working.
Yep, I'm not offline. Right, now, there's an LED at the bottom of this machine. It's lit.
See that?
So, let's power it on. It's a moment of truth, everyone. Hard disk is spun up.
Skype is still working. Okay, I see words. Well, I did.
Okay, bad battery, bad CMOS battery. Press F1 to... Let's have a look at setup. And as UXW Bill said in his Toshiba Satellite 105CS video, this is one of the most austere BIOS setup programs.
Yeah, my Satellite 2505 CDS has a BIOS that's pretty much the same as that.
You'll be interested to know that they actually continued using this one right through to the late Windows XP days, if not later.
That I did not know.
My Protege A500 has this BIOS. This LCD will display 256k colours, 256,000 colours, so it can do high colour. So this all seems to look okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to save the changes. How much memory has this got? Sorry. Nah, I know, and this actually does have 32 megs of RAM. So, I mean, that's absolutely fine. My other one had 24 megs, actually.
Well, this will work.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine. So, just like my other T2130CT, this comes with Windows 95. And there is actually a Design for Windows 95 sticker on it. I believe this is a 1995 machine. And yes, it was a practice that some laptop manufacturers would bundle 486 machines with Windows 95. Obviously, I know better than one of the world's most preeminent laptop manufacturers, so I'm going to be installing Windows 3.1 on here.
Yeah, I was about to ask you if you were going to do that. I figured you would.
But let's have a look at some of the stuff on here.
Yeah, you've been on a roll lately when it comes to 3.1.
I know. See, if I'd have not done that Dell Latitude P133ST video, it would have, it would have been literally like, I'd had a 486 series. Now, Toshiba Utilities. We've got Max Time Manager, we've got Hardware Setup, and then we've got Finesse. FN-ESSE. It's quite funny. I did kind of whet my appetite for unboxing this machine by watching UXW Bell's video where he reviewed the Dell Inspiron 5100 and the Toshiba 105CS. So the Finesse application, I believe it's raison d'etre, is you can actually assign, yes, you can actually assign macros to different function keys. So FN and, you could, say if I wanted Microsoft Works to load up, I could FN and W, and that would load up Microsoft Works, which is on here. This has got Internet Explorer 4.0 without active desktop update. It's not running too bad, actually, I'll be honest. And this screen is just absolutely delicious. I'm sorry, it just is. The image quality.
Good picture.
The image quality is brilliant. We've got Letter to British Gas. So,
I know a lot of British people put a lot of gas.
So I've just kind of moved the camera out of the way. So yes, the previous owner's files are still on here. So even if I was going to install Windows 95, I would still be formatting this machine. Now,
I can do that when I get a computer in the mail and it has a fresh install of an operating system anyway. I still go ahead and do that.
Yep, me too.
Because you never know what kind of mayhem may have snuck into the install.
Exactly. UXW Bell found a bunch of racy pictures on his 105CS. So now it's a moment of truth. I've just stuck in a floppy disk. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if the drive actually works. Yes, it does.
Well, it's always a relief when the floppy drive works, because a lot of times, especially in laptops, they're not easy to replace.
Nope. And I didn't keep the one from the 2130CS or the old 21CT. It was all in working condition. It was when Internet Explorer 4.0. It's quite funny how my last one actually came with Windows 95 and Internet Explorer 4.0. Oh yeah, and if you didn't have the active desktop update, Internet Explorer would have a splash screen. Just thought you'd all like to know that. Version 3 didn't, but version 4, 5 and 6 did without active desktop update installed. Oh yeah, and 5.5 as well. And you might have wondered, gee, but you said version 6. Yep. Version 6 was actually compatible with Windows NT Workstation 4, which did not originally come with active desktop, but could have active desktop added to it. So, there you have it. I mean, this machine has got no multimedia on it. You know, no sound card, no CD drive, but it does work. That is the important thing. The machine does work. And I'm really, 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 really glad I got it. Plan to upgrade the hard drive at some point. Maybe to a CF card if I can find another one. This tab key's quite weird. It has a long bit. Oh wait, a designer. Keyboard Toshiba. But yes, I'm very, very happy with this machine. And I've just realised now that the camera is almost making it look like a battered matrix display. It isn't. Look. Look how the cursor is not disappearing when I move it. So there you have it. Very, very happy with this machine. So, I'm going to end this video here. Before someone songifies this. And I will hopefully be back. I might actually do a video of me converting this to a Windows 3.1 machine. Before I do though, I want to just see which version of 95 is on it. It's B. It's exactly the same as A, but with the B at the end. No, it isn't actually. There's quite a lot of under the hood differences between A and B. But
yeah.
I hope you have actually enjoyed this video. If you have, please feel free to subscribe, to like us on Facebook, and to read my website, my blog. The URLs for all of those will follow. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you'll all join me for my next one.